Hi everyone, this is Lee, the ETF oil trader. I'm making this video on December 12th, the year 2019, and this is at the close of the market. So today was a big day for UGAZ. As you can see here on this side of the chart, UGAZ tried to break out of the downtrend, the downtrend, which is good. Now, I've been following others who are following UGAZ, and we all know that UGAZ is a play on UNG, which is natural gas, just in case anyone doesn't know it. So you can see it here also. This is on today. You can see that it has hit just below the support of the previous trend. So if it breaks above here, we'll see what happens. This here probably should continue to run. Now, what I wanted to talk about, because I am following other traders on UGAZ, and I disagree with, I think, with all of them. I think when it comes to trying to use the weather to determine if natural gas will go up or down, I think that is a joke, thinking that the weather actually determines the price of natural gas. I've been in the market, I won't say that I'm some elite, advanced, or highly sophisticated trader, but I try to look at the reasoning behind price movements. Does it really justify the movement, or is there some manipulation? And I feel right now the prices are being manipulated, and I'll give you some evidence of that. Okay, so first I want to say here is that one of the UGAS traders are telling his viewers that since it peaked just below the support of the previous trend, that he's concerned that this will gap back down, and people won't be able to get out of their UGAS trade. Now, it's a possibility it could happen, or no one can predict what the market's going to do the next day. Okay, we don't have control over that. So it's possible that the price might not break through and it might lose. Now, if it does lose here, okay, I'm going to basically stick my neck out, okay, right here. Right now, UGAS closed at 886 today. I'm going to stick my neck out and say that if UGAS enters around the 750 to 790 mark, I'm going to load up and go all in. And I'll tell you why I'm going to do that. Number one is that at this price range, okay, the likelihood of us seeing at least 15 or $16 on UGAS is high, very, very high. The likelihood that it will retract back up to this price. We don't know when it's going to happen, but it will happen. That means that, let's say that we're able to get in on an average around $8. That means that it can take maybe days for us to double our money, or it might take months. We don't really know. But I know, based on this chart and the historical price of natural gas, is going to have to cross this again. And the reason why I say this is that this was actually the low for the year until this here broke. When this here broke below, then it started making new lows that have never been in place before. Now, the only concerning factor is that, remember, this is a play off of UGAS. This is a play off of UNG. If we go to UNG here, okay, we see here that the support was at $19 here. Okay, so let's go back for a year. Okay, if we go back a year, we can see here that the low was around, let's see, it was around 1774 for the last year. Now let's go back 2 years. Have we ever gotten lower than that? So we never have been that low before. Okay, so the lowest that we've ever been within the last 2 years was, it seemed like it's around 1774. So what does this mean? This means that we are getting prices on UGAZ, okay, at a historical low. It has never been this low before. So basically, we are buying gas at basement prices. Okay, what it means is that we're buying it at a steal right now. Gas is at a steal right now. It has never been as cheap as it has been in the last 2 years. So that's telling me that it'd be very difficult for us to go wrong not to trade this, to buy in, and not to be afraid. Because right now, I think there's a lot of fear, and the traders think, oh, we're going to lose more, we're going to lose more, it's going to go down more, it's going to go down more. Well, right now, it's already at basement prices. I mean, if it goes down even lower, I really don't care, because I know that I'm getting a good price today. Now, let me see. Let's bring this back to the 6 months. No, let's make it to the 3-month trade. Okay, I mean 3 months period here. Okay, so like I said here before, that if this breaks out, we will definitely. Well, I can't say definitely, but to me, it looks like we will see a movement up to 19. And then the next movement would be up to 20. And then the next would be, looks like it'd be around 21. So let's go back to UGAZ. That means that the trend from, let's say that we're able to get in around an average of 8, the likelihood of reaching 16 is almost 100% probability that we'll reach 16. So that's telling me that, yes, I'm going to get in right now. Now, let me show you something that no one else is showing you. Okay, so this movement of natural gas, I feel, is being manipulated. Everybody is concerned about the weather, okay, of natural gas. But I'm wondering, do people really realize how natural gas is used in the United States, at least? Okay, so when it comes to use of natural gas, this is something that no one is talking about. Okay, and this will open your eyes to show that the prices are being manipulated. So everyone is concerned about the temperature. Okay, because it makes sense. The colder temperature, people will have to use more natural gas to heat their homes, which makes sense. And so then there would be a more demand, and if demand goes up, then price should move up with it. But this is something very interesting. Now, this is from the EIA website, okay, and here this page explains how natural gas is used in the U.S. Okay, and so if you see here, 35% of natural gas is used for generating electric power. Okay, so this is by power plants that use natural gas to generate electricity. Then you have 34% is used by industrial. So basically, they're using natural gas in their process to do something wherever they're manufacturing. They need to use natural gas. It could be used for heating. It can be used for boilers. There's many things where industries need to use natural gas. So natural gas is used in a lot of industries. Okay, so Here we say that 34% is used for that purpose. Now this is very truth-telling. Here it's saying that 17% of natural gas is used by residential. And then 12% is used by commercial. These two numbers basically is telling us which industry uses natural gas for heating. So in this area, because people probably heat their commercial buildings, and they're probably, and we know for sure that residential owners or people who own their homes, or people who live in homes, definitely use natural gas to heat their homes. And then you have 3% of natural gas is used for transportation. Now this is what's interesting. That means that if I take the 35% plus 34% plus 3%, which is 35, 69, 72% of natural gas has nothing to do really with the weather. Has nothing to do with the weather. 72% of the use of natural gas has nothing to do with the weather. Now here we have residential and commercial use, so we have here 29% of natural gas could be related to the weather, because people are living or working in these spaces, and so they gotta heat them, right? So that means that when it comes to prices dropping and falling like they have, it's like as if like, oh well, everyone who's living in a cold climate needs to use natural gas to heat their home, like as if like the people living in homes are the only ones using natural gas. No, they're not the only ones using natural gas. You got these users here who are using natural gas no matter what the temperature is. Now this is also truth telling here at this chart. Now so here we have this chart here, which is talking about the consumption of natural gas between 1915 and 2018. Now the green area is the residential use of natural gas. The yellow area is the commercial applications of natural gas. But look at this, the industrial and the power generation from natural gas, or electrical power. Look at what it did, since 1950 to now. Around 1970, the growth in using natural gas for in residential and well as commercial has basically stayed flat. So the increase of natural gas is going into industrial and into electrical power. Now why is that? Well, as you can tell, natural gas is at a very bargain basement price. Natural gas has always been an affordable power or a source of energy, and businesses know that. Power generation plants know that, and so they have converted some of their coal plants to use natural gas instead of coal. Another thing about natural gas that is clean burning. The emissions, the toxic emissions from natural gas is very minimal. So that means it's environmental friendly. So in places when it comes to dirty fuels, a lot of those places are converting over to cleaner fuels like natural gas. So that means that the use of natural gas would go up even higher. And then when it comes to electricity use, we all know the movement of Tesla, and their new pickup truck that they have, and then all the other automakers are jumping on to create electric vehicles, electrical power vehicles. So the use of natural gas to generate electricity for these different applications is going to be even more. The demand is going to be more. If you look at the tail of this chart, you can see where like the natural gas for electric power is like it's going to go off the chart here. So this is telling me that natural gas, the demand, it's not just determined by weather. The weather influence is down here, which is, like we mentioned before, was what was it 29%? I said, yeah. So 29%. Okay, this area down here, the yellow and the green, is what's influenced by weather. This is not influenced by weather. Okay, so what you're hearing is a bunch of lies. People are misleading other people. There are people who are manipulating the price of natural gas to, I'm not sure what they're trying to gain, but I think they're making a profit by putting fear into the market. And sometime they're going to do a whole, when everyone has sold off on natural gas because they think it's going to go lower. Once they scared everyone off, of natural gas, I think the price of natural gas is going to spike. All of a sudden, you can see all these numbers that say, "Oh yeah, natural gas is not being used anymore because it's too warm," and all this type of stuff. You're going to hear another story saying, "Oh, the demand for natural gas has gone up. We don't know why, but we can see that the supplies are being depleted and so forth." To me, it is a bunch of it's a bunch of stories just to manipulate people. So my thinking here is that, yeah, so what if the weather is getting warmer, or it's not as cold as other winters? That's just a bunch of baloney. And plus, having a 5-year forecast, I think we all know that a 5-year forecast is just what you want to make it. There's no way, no man can predict the weather for 5 years. Anything can change that overnight. So that's another thing that I feel is ridiculous. So getting back to the chart, that's why I feel that this price movement down here was all manipulated. All this price movement here below 1250 was all manipulated. So to me, anything purchased below here is a gift. So I'm waiting for this to pull back into the $7 range, and my plan is to load up and hold on, because I think we're going to see a recovery back up above 1250 pretty soon. Okay, so that's my take. You can follow my advice or not follow it. That's okay. And as I mentioned before, my goal is to double my money and to double it to the point where it'd be over $1 million. So I'm just documenting my trades here, so I have evidence and proof that it was done, and that this is how I did it. Okay, until next time, bye.